Okay. Oh,
Oh.
yo, nice PC. What's the setup like?
Oh. Oh.
Oh!
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 You
Okay,
died to the worker!
the worker.
You...
Thanks, game.
You gave me like 10 seconds to react! Shining a bright red as always is I, Red Luster, and Max in Recalled.
Hello. The creature on the thumbnail had a weird face.
Well, you don't even know what the thumbnail for this video is going to look like, so it might be something completely normal.
Oh, I'm not talking about the thumbnail you're gonna make for YouTube. I'm talking about the thumbnail you sent for the game.
Well, anyway, this is apparently a FNAF-like game. It's not FNAF-related, it's just the gameplay is FNAF-like.
Oh, okay. Another one. Okay.
Operative, our data suggests you have crossed the perimeter of the research site 47. Acknowledge. Yuppers.
Yes?
Nope.
Oh.
Okay, they just want me to click. Acknowledge control. The outer fence seems to be completely melted. You said this was a standard data retrieval? Affirmative. The staff of the site unionized, which led to a sudden and immediate evacuation. I'm sorry. Are you saying a union caused an evacuation? Everyone's like, hey, this place sucks, let's leave.
Evaluate now. You unionize. We can't use anything.
I'm sorry. It's just if your operation is so bad that one union leads to an immediate evacuation of the facilities, like, what were you guys doing?
Okay, we unionized. There's nothing we can do. Send in the nukes. The what?
Sorry, we gotta blow you up now. This compromised the primary uplink. Your objective is to access the subterranean server rooms and physically extract the remaining offline drives. The data contained on these drives is of vital importance to us, and spell certain disaster should they fall in unauthorized hands. Alright, go in facility, get secret files to stop shadow government from killing us, get out. Got it. Unionized? Control, there is a crater where the administration wing used to be! And my hazard scanners are returning panic codes I've never seen before. What do you mean unionized? And why would that lead to an evacuation? See, this is good questions!
I was joking about a nuke. I didn't know they just cratered the place.
Shit, our work is unionized. Blow it up.
The Mr. Krabs mentality.
That information is strictly outside your operational purview. The workers shouldn't be activating. I'm sorry.
What do you mean by that?
I'm sorry. The workers shouldn't be active anymore.
I'm sorry, were they robots? Are you telling me robots unionized?
Or they're dead. That's their fancy way of saying we blew them up and killed them.
They shouldn't be active anymore. Yeah, I'm just looking at one right now. He's nothing but bones.
Why is the pelvis destroyed?
Don't worry about it.
Your focus in the server room should be in level B1. Plug yourself into the main data link found at the office and download all the data into your interlink. We will extract it from there. Failure to comply will lead to the termination of you and your family's gold-grade MediHealth healthcare plan.
Oh, okay, we live in America, got it.
I was gonna say, risk death or death. Oh!
Oh, it's all hand-drawn.
Oh, I hate the look of this already. Office controls. Press A and D to look left/right. Press S to look below your desk and W to go back up. Okay, that makes sense. In front of you are two clickable monitors. Big one left. The big monitor is your currently active camera. The left monitor is the download screen. Here you can download your data. That is what you were sent here to do. Got it. Big camera, active camera. Little camera, objective screen. To your left, you have a vent door. Hold left click to hold it closed. I have to hold it down. Which means if there is another thing I need to deal with, I am SOL.
Seems like it.
To your right, there is a light switch. Some enemies will move away if the light is on. Meanwhile, some will kill you for turning it on. We'll also have a shock hallway button on your download screen.
I will know which ones are the ones that are gonna kill us.
Good question! You cannot select cameras within the monitor. Instead, you will have to go below your desk. There you will find buttons and switches. Press a button to change the active camera. The switches are light switches for each room. Only 2 lights can be active at once. Enemies react to light differently. Okay, well, this is a bit of an info dump.
Should I take a picture of it?
Well, the thing is, it's just a lot of mechanics to learn at once. The engineer will avoid light. The worker will run towards it. The boiler will beeline to you no matter what. Try to download all the data without dying. Good luck.
Well, I already know what they all look like.
Yeah, you can't just tell me names and not give me faces. Because when you say the engineer, I think engineer gaming. I think TF2 engineer. That's
it's just a gift of the TF2 engineer.
It's placeholder. We didn't have time to actually draw a monster.
Whee!
Then how will I tell the difference between the engineer and the worker? It sound like they'd be wearing the same kind of outfits.
And what the hell is the boiler?
I could probably guess the boiler is going to be a creature that's like full of pipes or something.
Or has a bunch of boils.
I like my idea better.
You don't like boils?
No. I don't think anyone does. I don't think a lot of people cried when that kid with the boil and Fairly Odd Parents never appeared again.
Oh yeah, he kind of disappeared, didn't he?
A lot of side characters in this show just kind of disappeared at some point, which is funny because the show kind of lacked characters because of that. You know, if you get rid of all your side characters to add nuance to the world starts to seem a lot more bland.
Yeah. Speaking of which, let's get started on this world.
I know, I'm stalling.
Okay. Oh. Yo, nice PC. What's the setup like?
Oh. You died to the worker!
The worker.
You...
Thanks, game.
You gave me like 10 seconds to react!
You died to the worker.
Well, at least we know what the worker looks like now. Mr. Handsy!
You got a lot of hands.
The worker likes light, right?
I think so.
Engineer does not like light. Worker will always go towards light. Boiler will always go towards you.
Okay.
So I had to shock the hallway?
I think so.
Oh, you can stall him with the lights. If he's in a lit up room for long enough, he'll move back to his starting location. Okay, never mind. I guess I have to turn on the lights. If he reaches the hallway, simply activate the hallway flashlight to send him back to his Okay. A little bit of advice for anyone making a FNAF game. Yes, night 1 is going to be boring. It needs to be boring.
Night 1 is going to be boring. Meanwhile, night 1 here, I'm going to beat your ass.
This is the exact problem with having too much excitement on night 1. I have no idea what any of my shit does. You can't throw an enemy at me that quickly.
That quickly? Hey, I'm sorry, he came for a 5-hour rush meal.
I was gonna say, he practically spawned on top of me. Which... I'm not even orientated yet. Like, give me a minute, 2 minutes, maybe.
He just like, I'm here. You died out.
Oh, great. I have to hit new game again.
Oh wow, we don't even get to continue. Okay.
I like this. This is neat looking, but unfortunately...
Okay, so, well, at least we get to read the thing again.
Alright. A and D, look left and right. S, look below your desk, tell you to go back up. Big one is the active camera. The left monitor is a download screen. To left, vent door, hold it closed. Right hallway at the light switch. Okay, so the switch on the right is the light. Shock hallway button is on the download screen. Cannot select cameras within the monitor. You have to go below the desk. There you'll find buttons and switches. Press the button to change the active camera to switches in each room. Only 2 lights can be active at once. Enemies react to light differently. Engineer will avoid light. The worker will run towards it. The boiler room will beeline to you no matter what. Try to download it. Okay. So, Mr. Hands, turn on the light. Engineer, I'm going to assume, is going to attack the left. And the boiler will probably attack either, depending on where he is.
I think so. I think that's how it works.
I don't know, man. Well, I hate that. Oh, I don't even have to hold it.
Oh, our temperature goes up if you hold it.
What the hell's with my mouse sensitivity? Okay, my mouse is kind of like being controlled against my will. That didn't change anything. I think that there's just a dark chasm beside me. Oh, that controls the light. How do I switch who
are you?
Shock hallway. I don't. Whoa, hey. What? Who's step stomping? How do I switch camera?
I think I gotta flip the switches on the bottom, right?
What?
Don't forget we have to download the thing.
I hate that. I can't download without my god, this is a load of barnacles! There is no switches here, by the way, that change the camera. They only change which one's light is on. So, the camera's useless!
Okay, there he goes. Okay, what if we right-click on the little outlines on the thing? Or left-click? WASD? Arrow key?
Nope. These only change the lights.
What about the green buttons?
What green buttons?
The one above the switches.
Oh! I didn't even realize there were switches! I'm gonna assume that was the sound of him pissing off.
There we go. We switched it.
Okay, grand. Cool. Okay, that's the guy who wants to... That's the guy who wants to beat me with a pipe. I hate that. I hate that one.
I won. I'm assuming that's either that's the engineer or the boiler.
Oh, I hate the darkness. Oh my god. I'm gonna download just a little bit. Please. Okay.
I heard someone on the left too.
If
we're turning red.
we're getting hot. Okay. This whole thing about the... Piss off. This whole thing about the cameras really sucks. I'm sorry, but it's a bad mechanic. I'm just gonna say it outright.
Because we have to put a bunch of flips and switches to change cameras.
It's too much work just to see if something is coming to kill me. If anything comes from that dark, shadowy tunnel, I think I'm just screwed.
Well, he makes a noise, so I think we're good on that part.
Unless that's just a false pretense. Oh, okay. No. And you go away. Oh, I think turning on the light also causes heat.
Does it? I didn't realize.
I think I saw it move when I turned it on. No, I'm imagining things. Okay, I'm gonna assume the thud thud does mean he's coming, and the thud thud after means he's leaving.
Well, the temperature goes down when he leaves. So.
No, the temperature goes down when I leave the door open.
Yeah, but even if he comes first, the temperature starts going up.
Does it?
Yeah, that's his indicator of him also being there.
I guess it makes sense. He is the boiler.
Oh, that makes sense. So, which means our friend with the pipe for a hand is the engineer.
Engineer Gaming. Alright, halfway. I don't know where he went. Oh.
Oh.
I hate it. I hate it so much. It's honestly really good, but I hate it.
It's the silence that gets you.
Well, it's more just I turn my head and there's a giant vacuous black void to my left. I'm trying to go up intervals of 5%.
Oh,
Nope.
pleasure.
Cool. Piss off. Piss off. Yeah, I teach you what, Mr. Hansy. Mr. I got a touch!
Sorry, that's against OSHA violations.
Well, hey, piss off.
I'm gonna get up for a moment, just my door open.
Oh, great. It's not as if there's a tendency of me dying whenever you leave. Oh, shh.
Speaking of dying.
Shut up. Piss off. Okay. So I'm glad he has a strict sound. That makes me a lot more relaxed about the giant hole to my left.
The gaping hole.
Come on, we were so close. Just don't flub it up now. Oh, uplinks are successful. All encrypted drives retrieved. Congrats on beating the game. This is a very early build of the game. There's much we plan to introduce in the future. If you have any criticism, feel free to comment. Thank you so much. Oh.
Oh.
Well, that explains why the continue button doesn't do anything.
Okay, well, first off, I like the monster designs.
Oh yeah, the monster designs are great. I think that's probably this game's strongest suit. The art style, the art style is amazing. It's super unique. Very good design there.
Hang up for a moment.
Alright, you go ahead. Now, the gameplay itself has a couple hang-ups.
Even though if we only saw 2 out of the 3 monsters.
Well, we only saw 2 out of 3 because I always handled the other 2 really easily. My main concern is this. This is archaic at best. And it's,
you didn't even know those green buttons were switches.
Yeah. Like, that's the problem. Oh, hi. Who are you?
I think that's the engineer.
Oh, let's just have him kill us because I want to see what he does. I want to see what it looks like.
Well, he's got a big trimmer.
Just gonna
hang out there. How you doing? Yeah.
Well, your kill timer is a lot. Oh, hi, Hillbilly. Okay, so the engineer's kill timer is way more generous than the workers.
Very forgiving.
That or looking at him stalls him.
Either or.
Regardless, I think that's pretty good because one thing I was really worried about was seeing the engineer and not thinking I had enough time to shock him. I think that just proves I had a lot more time than I was giving myself credit for.
Fair.
So that was the worker. I wonder what the boiler looks like. We've never even seen him. We've only ever heard him.
Yeah, he just makes noise and that's about it. I'm assuming he just burns you alive because he just raises the temperature of the room.
Yeah.
Unless we can see him on the cameras.
Well, that's the vent. Also, what sense does it make to have a monster that's quote-unquote attracted to light, but to get rid of it, you have to shine the light in the hallway? That doesn't make it... That's a little conflicting information there.
Oh, okay. I think I know what else causes the temperature to go up.
The electricity?
Yeah, the electricity of when you electrify the hallway.
Okay. Oh, the high boiler! Nice ass!
Yo, bro, get a nice ass.
I'm sorry, the first thing we see of him is his buns hanging out!
Damn! I see why they call you the boiler.
It's getting steamy in here, if you know what I mean!
So, what's the first time you saw the boiler? When his cheeks were hanging out.
Oh, I heard him.
So, just let the temperature rise up and see what happens.
Yeah, does he just hook us, or does he actually jump us? No, he jumps us. Tied to the boiler. The boiler will walk in a straight line from the entrance hall to your left vent. You will hear him enter the vent, and the temperature will increase as long as he's there. Close the vent door until you hear him leave. So, yeah, we were pretty much able to deduce how to counter all of them.
So, not as hard as we thought it was going to be.
Not as hard, but that is only because we have, like, next to no information coming in.
True.
I feel like that's this game's kind of weak point. It throws you in, and it gives you immediately 3 different threats that all work differently, and does not tell you what any of these threats look like, and how to strictly counter them. And then there's the whole thing with the lights. That was confusing. The worker is attracted to lights, but to get rid of him, you shine light on him. You can kind of see how that would be confusing.
Yeah.
The engineer also just does not seem to give a shit about the light if it's on him.
Yeah, he does not give a fuck.
Which, fair, you have to shock him to get rid of him. And then Boiler, you pretty much never even have to look at Boiler on the camera because you can always hear when he's there and when he leaves. Which,
yeah,
frankly, and this is probably my biggest criticism here, you don't need the cameras, and the cameras are way too much of a hassle to use.
yeah, it's kind of like a.
And there's the door.
You see,
Right,
that's... Okay, go ahead.
Sorry, that was my mom, if you heard that.
Nah, well, they heard it too, probably.
Yeah, I was gonna compare it to that. What was that? Mexican like FNAF game we played.
Oh, that one! Yeah.
The one where you just have a shotgun and then you can just spam the shotgun to make them leave.
Yeah, and that game's problem was the fact that all threats are literally dealt with the same exact way. So there was literally no need to use the camera. In this game, however, the cameras are such a chore to try to use that they're just better off not interacted with because it's just not necessary. There's no reason to use the cameras in this game. And that kind of sucks because there's clearly a lot of art that we miss out on because we just can't use the cameras like a normal FNAF camera. I know that, and I get what the developer is trying to do here, is trying to make the cameras more, like, interesting and retroactive to, like, interact with here, but since none of the enemies require to use the cameras to deal with, and the cameras are such a massive burden to use, they're just kind of pointless. The download mechanic. I get what they're trying to do with there. Nights don't have a set time when they end. They end when you complete the objective. Which, hey, I don't mind a FNAF game that's not time-based. That's... Time-based FNAFs is... I guess it depends. Time-based FNAFs, the focus is more on handling all the threats and not letting them get you. Whereas non-time-based FNAFs is about optimizing your work routine to complete the night before you die. In this case, see, the thing is like, the Boiler is the only enemy that makes noise when he comes.
Right.
When he approaches. Phrasing. So he's the only threat you would be able to hear from that monitor. And as a result, we kind of have to do this thing where we download like 5% and then check the hallway. Because otherwise, there's a good chance that the worker will just beeline towards us and kill us. I mean, you saw how quickly the worker killed us at the very first night. We barely even got to look in the office, and then he was just there.
Yeah, he was like there in 5 seconds.
That was way too fast.
Yeah, I guess the only real threat was the worker, because he was the fastest.
And ironically, it's also the easiest to deal with, because just you hold the light on him for just a couple seconds, then he pisses off.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the engineer is very slow. I'm assuming he's slow.
Well, you saw how long it took for him to kill us even when he was like right in front of us.
Yeah, and then there's the Boiler who, well, you know what he does already.
Yeah, and with him, it's like you just have to listen for him. I mean, once you hear him kerthump, you close the vent, and once you hear a second one, it's just you're immediately free to let go of that door and leave it.
Of course, then again, this is an early demo, as we saw. I didn't know this was going to be an early demo.
Right, I didn't really read the description of the whole page.
So there might be more monsters throughout the night as the game goes on, so we don't know.
We don't know, but this is the perfect opportunity to try and give some constructive criticism. And that's what I'm trying to do here. For the cameras, just ditch the whole switches thing being on an entirely different screen. If you're going to have switches to change the cameras not be on the camera, they need to be somewhere almost just as convenient. Because, again, the problem is just there's no incentive to use them. Because to use the cameras, you'd have to go down, switch on the camera you want, and switch on the light for that camera, otherwise you just won't see jack diddly on it. And it just seems like a lot of effort when none of the threats require it. I would decrease the amount of effort to use the cameras, and I would also maybe make a monster that has to be dealt with by using the cameras. I'll be so honest, when I was reading the original descriptions of the monsters, I thought the boiler's only counter was going to be the cameras, because he doesn't give a shit about the lights, and he doesn't give a shit about being electrocuted, because he never goes down that hallway.
Right.
Which means the only other hallway comes down only has one way to counter, which is just to close it. So you never need to know where the boiler is, because you only care if you can hear him or not. Which is funny, because the other two monsters don't make any sound, which I feel like they should make some sound. I'm not saying they need to be super loud and obvious when they're approaching, but I'm sorry, when monsters don't make any sound and are just JPEGs coming towards me, they're a lot less threatening, and also just kind of feels a lot less fair when they kill you. Because how could you possibly know without looking down that one hallway? Which, again, is more time not looking at the cameras. Like, 2 of the 3 threats come down from the same hallway, and each have to be dealt with either using the hallway light or going to an entirely different monitor to shock them. Which just...
Well, it also says here the boiler will walk in a straight line from the entrance hallway to your left fence, so the other 2 are random wherever they are. The boiler is just set on a straight path.
Well, what the game is trying to do is that the worker avoids the light, the engineer is attracted to, or no, what was it, the opposite way?
The worker doesn't like the light on. The engineer, I think, doesn't care about the light because it doesn't really affect him.
No, the engineer is attracted to light.
Okay, so would that mean the light from our cameras make him more aggressive, or?
I think the whole thing is that he will try to, like... I think every time he has the movement opportunity, if there's an opportunity to move into a room adjacent to him that has light on, he'll try to move towards it. Whereas the worker is the opposite. If he's in a room with light, he will try to leave it as quickly as possible. And
right,
will try to avoid those rooms.
Because we saw how he reacts to the light in the hallway. He doesn't like it.
Right.
Meanwhile, the engineer, when he goes in the hallway, he doesn't care.
Well, I think... And this may have just been us not seeing a visual... He might actually speed up if you shine a light on him, but... It's very hard to tell.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
And as far as I can tell, you don't even need to turn on the light to see him in the hallway, huh?
Yeah, he's pretty visible.
Yeah, whereas the worker, he's not visible until he gets to kill range.
Yeah, he is very hidden, I guess, because his skin is all dark-ish.
Or maybe he just sticks to the shadows well enough that you can't see him.
True.
I guess my main criticism of the game is just a lot of the mechanics aren't exactly done yet, which, you know, I can't really criticize because the game is not done yet. This is just a demo. By the way, I really like this segment. Just...
Yeah, the opening segment is nice. Got a little artwork going on.
And I love how you can't even tell if the game has started yet. You're thrust into this dark room with a flashlight on your mouse, and there's no sound. Which is terrifying. But I don't think you can even die here. Because this is just like a prelude to the actual night.
Right.
But it does great atmosphere-wise. But... well, that also brings up the question, if we have a flashlight, why don't we just shine that down the hallway?
I was gonna ask, what happened to our flashlight?
But... I guess ultimately, the artwork looks great. The mechanics just need a little bit more work. The downloading data is not bad per se, but if you're gonna have us be stuck to the screen, some sound indications of when threats are approaching us from the other side would be appreciated. Because otherwise, we're just kind of stuck doing this. You know, download 5%. Check hallway. Engineer. Shock 'em. Download a little bit. Boiler. Dealt with. Also, why does that vent cover only appear when the light turns on?
Oh yeah, why does... that is weird.
Is that to imply like a creature will crawl out of it we can only see with the light on?
I mean, unless the worker comes out of the vent.
I wouldn't know.
I feel like the worker's noise should be a bunch of weapon noises, like webby noises, like you hear him coming down the hallway, and
I'm thinking more like slippy slappy sounds because he's got so many hands.
Yeah, something smacking, like flesh smacking noises.
Well, kind of like a spider, but instead of like, you know, those hard chitin nubs. Because look, he's like a spider.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, damn, we got really close. That's another thing too. The worker he kind of attacks too quickly comparatively.
And the engineer should definitely have some shoe walking noises, because, you know, he's wearing those fancy shoes.
I think he should make a dragging sound. Like a pipe dragging.
Because he's got that metal arm.
Yeah. Or maybe like a snipping, because it looks like a pair of pliers.
Right, he's got the...
I want to try and see them on the cameras more. The problem is, like I said, the cameras... Oh, hey, I think that's Worker.
Yeah, I think that's him. It's hard to tell.
Oh,
speaking
Boiler's
of
ass
buttons.
again. I'm sorry, just his butt just sticking out. I don't even know where that's supposed to be. I guess some kind of main reactor room or something?
I don't exactly have names for them.
Go away, buns of steel.
It's not like, this is the reactor room. This is the lunch room or something. Wait, I think I saw some.
Huh? There's nobody here.
didn't it say in the beginning the engineer hated the light?
No, maybe? I don't know. I didn't read it, because it doesn't seem really to matter. I kind of want to catch them on the cameras more, but I don't know where they are most of the time.
Well, we saw a worker, and we saw Mr. Buns.
Go away! Yeah, we can see him here. Which I'm wondering if I keep the light on in here, he'll go away. Also, the switches not being labeled to what rooms they go to.
Well, I mean, they're underneath the button that the switch goes to.
No, I mean, like, what the buttons go to what cameras.
Oh.
Oh, that ass.
Oh.
This is the only time we've seen the boiler on the cameras, it's just to go dead ass.
I feel like someone's staring at my butt when I can't tell.
Like, look at his arm. Like, I would imagine he'd scrape that along the wall as he comes towards us.
Yeah.
Go away. Oh, Buns is gone.
Because he's right here. How long will we be recording?
40 minutes. Or 45 minutes, really.
Hmm.
Oh, and hitting escape just ends the game immediately.
Ouch.
And not just ends the game, closes it.
Well, we got enough footage, at least.
Plenty. I didn't want to sit there and give criticism on just that little monitor screen, because I feel like whenever we do our analysis, nothing is going on in the background footage. But I also feel like playing the game and trying to give analysis at the same time is difficult, which is why I do it. So I tried to play the game and give my analysis at the same time.
Right.
But I just closed the game, so you know what? Screw it.
There you go.
So to recap, the camera system should be a little more intuitive. There should be a point to using it. And the monster designs look great.
Yeah, they look fantastic.
The worker might be a little too hyper-aggressive. His kill time is really fast compared to the engineer and the boiler. The engineer will sit in the hallway for a pretty long time. And the boiler, well, you can hear when he approaches, and you can see the temperature going up. It's very easy to tell when he's around. Even though you can't see into that dark abyss of the whole... You know, it would be cool if when he's behind that door, you could just see the distant glowing of his boiler. You know, because he's like a walking furnace. We should be able to see him in the dark.
I'm going to say, how come we can't see him? Because he is a walking furnace.
Like he literally has a giant fire coming out of his back. Like, we should be able to see that, even if it's just like an ominous glow.
Maybe they just didn't get art yet of him being there.
Perhaps, I don't know. It's still a rough demo, so there's no telling what is and is not ready. I definitely feel like the monsters should probably make a little bit more noise overall. Even if some of the noises are just like ambient noises, there needs to be more of, oh shit, is that something or is that not something? Kind of like... Because like in Five Nights at Freddy's, there are a lot of ambient noises, but there's also a lot of noises that do tell you things. And a large part of that game is trying to figure out what is important noise, what is not important noise. like that little steppy sound you hear a lot, like is like, okay, that means one of them has moved. It doesn't tell you where they moved, it just tells you that someone moved. And that's pretty much all the information you need to give. But yeah, I feel like the engineer and the worker and the boiler can all have their own unique, noises. I mean, boiler, he clearly makes sim thumping because he goes through the vents. The worker, maybe he can make some rapid, sleepy, slappy sounds, because if he's going to attack that quickly, he needs to have a more noticeable sound effect. Whereas the engineer, I feel like you could get away with him like just making a quiet scraping noise, because the engineer, unlike the boiler and the worker, you can kind of ignore him for a little bit. Because he's not really a threat until he's up in your grill, and even then you still have plenty of time to react to him. Unless, again, for some reason his kill timer got changed or bugged because we were staring at him.
Multitude of reasons.
Some camera indicators would be nice if you're gonna. Again, not knowing what camera went to what button was just kind of needlessly frustrating, because buttons that I thought would go to certain cameras did not go to those cameras at all. They're not in any actual sequence, which is just kind of annoying, because I have no idea if I'm going to go to the right camera that I'm trying to look at. Because how the building is laid out is not like, in a sequence of cameras. The cameras are just kind of all over the place. Like, the second camera goes to the camera to the left of us instead of continuing through the building. That just confused me a lot. Definitely make those more accessible. The monster designs are pretty good, though maybe a jump scare sound would probably be nice.
Well, they made a noise, it just wasn't a scary noise.
It wasn't loud enough. And I know a lot of people are like, jump scares are cheap, but, jump scares are supposed to be the punishment for screwing up. And you should always be tense for them. But if the jump scare sound is quiet, the jump scare itself is not very in your face, it's just kind of a, ah, damn it, instead of a, ah, shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now, granted, if the game were to get too difficult, yeah, the scare factor is going to die regardless, but you should have to be able to reach that point instead of it being the baseline point. Anyway, on a more positive note, I guess criticism is over. Now let's talk about the positives. The art style, fantastic. I love how everything looks dirty and kind of rustic. And there is no real defined lines or shapes to anything, which is it has a much more otherworldly vibe. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, like you don't belong there.
Yeah, like looking at that world and its design and the monsters and just the general art style, you kind of feel like a fish out of water, which is great because too many games use the same 3D art style, which gets boring really quickly. I don't know. That's just me being a 2D purist, I guess. But I really like how this game looks. Its looks are probably the best thing it has going for it so far. The atmosphere is pretty good. The responsiveness of the game mechanics feels good, because that is one thing that some FNAF games are not good at. They'll make a threat and they won't have a clear, defined way of dealing with it, which I get is their way of adding some tension by adding randomness, but that can more often than not just lead to frustration. You know?
Yeah.
I guess there's not too much else to talk about. The plot is interesting. I'm definitely trying to. I do think the plot can be interesting. It needs more to it, and I feel like more could be added environmentally wise. Because that's the thing too. Because regular FNAF, a lot of the story you have to piece together, like looking through the cameras and whatnot, and coming to like your own conclusions by looking for the lore. And, and then a lot of other fan FNAF games just kind of tell you everything up front. I think this game could probably strike a good middle ground where you can understand the main plot by just reading along with what you're told. But I feel like you could probably hide some more lore in like the things like the environment and cameras and whatnot.
Depending on how things go.
Bugs? We didn't run into any bugs.
Yeah, no real bugs. Nothing I can really think of.
I do feel like the controls are a little bit confused though. You move around with WASD, but some controls are mouse only. And for some reason, lowering the camera is mouse only. You can't just back out of it with the same button that you go down with. I feel like you should probably just combine those controls and just have us have both options. Or just have WSD control all the movements and just have the mouse control all things on the screen. I think that's probably the best way of doing it. It's more concise that way. I guess that's all we can really critique right now. Is there anything you want to add?
Nothing I could think of. I think we got everything down.
There was one minor nitpick I had. And for some reason, this might just be Godot being Godot. For some reason, my mouse was fighting me sometimes.
I did say that earlier, yeah.
Like there's a weird thing with the sensitivity and also not wanting to go all the way across the screen. I don't know. That really just might be some Godot jank going on. It's hard to say specifically what was going on there, but I think that's pretty much the only thing I can really complain about controls wise. Just harmonize the WSD keys to be moving around and coming off and on the cameras, and the mouse interacting with things that are on the screen. I guess I'll do it for this video. This has been Red Luster, signing out.
Bye-bye.